CFR Network, CFR News, back in the lab, diligently working hard. Thank you, Sal, for tuning into this here broadcast. Shalom, balance, paradise, righteousness, Niha, Ola, all of those universal greetings. Continuing this here Texas series, I got another pioneer in the building, in the lab. Kool Aid, man. Former Straight Profit artist.
Yes, sir.
What's happening, sibling?
Man, you got it, my brother. You got it, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be joining you guys today, for sure.
Give thanks. Give thanks. Honors, as I said previously, honors for jumping on the broadcast, because y'all got some stories, man, and we're gonna let that story be told, past, present, and future. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to y'all to be lacing this year game with something for 2021.
Man,
You know
we
what I mean?
coming, man. I'm definitely coming, for sure. I'm coming. I'm
Yes.
coming, man.
Hey, so before we even get into the meat and potato, sibling, zombie apocalypse of 2020, how did that affect you, man?
Man, it just, it, I don't, man, we were just young and lost then, man. You know, just trying to figure it out. You know, that's that. That's the only thing. I mean, that's the best answer I got for that.
Mm, mm, mm.
You
I
know,
hear that. I hear that.
there
So,
was a lot of lessons and stuff learned back then, man.
oh, sorry, cool. I'm talking about last year, 2020, with this year Carlsberg
Oh,
flipping.
oh
Yeah,
man,
man.
oh man, that's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
was
talking
I was
about.
off a little bit. Yeah, man, that's it kind of hit me hard because I lost my nephew at the beginning of last year on New Year's Eve, you know, to a four-wheeler accident, man. And
Um,
it went from that, me coming home, because I was working in the oil field, and it went from me coming home to that, and then, you know, getting laid off for Corona and everybody in the house. And it's just been hectic, man.
mm.
It's been crazy. Too
Rising,
crazy.
rising paradise to your little nephew, man.
Man, appreciate that. Yeah,
It
man.
as you're
It was too
highlighting,
crazy.
man. As you're highlighting, man, this is real life. This is real life, man. And some people have been winning, and some people it's hit them, man. It's hit them kind of hard, you know.
Man, it hit a lot of people hard. And I think, like, you know, just the craziest part of it is just like when we first got laid off. I mean, you couldn't even get through to get your unemployment benefits, you know, so you couldn't even get through the line. It took like over 3 months just to get somebody on the phone.
Man,
Like, man, it was crazy, man.
it
It's
sounds
crazy.
like it. It sounds like it. I mean, you hear on the news and all that. Oh, yeah, we you know, Trump he'd signed how X amount of trillion and all this thing, and everyone's gonna get money. But as you're saying, the experience wasn't exactly the same, man. You know what I mean? In regards to actually getting
No,
hands on that money.
no, it was not the same at all. It was not the same. And still to this day, you got people that still to this day haven't been able to correctly file their unemployment and get the money that's due to them.
Mm.
You know, like it's crazy. I
We can
don't
see
understand it.
we can potentially now we're into phase two, part two of the zombie apocalypse. Are we seeing a bit more light in, you know what I mean, or are we still, is it still tumultuous, should I say?
I feel like people are starting to kind of filter back to their regular self, you know, besides, you know, everybody done really picked up and adapted the wearing the mask, you know,
Mhm.
part pretty good. So I think, you know, with that being in place, people are kind of more and more getting comfortable to go back to their everyday life, you know.
Mm. It's definitely a tricky one. It's definitely a tricky
Yeah,
one.
it's definitely tricky, man. It definitely.
Prayers to the Most High, positive mental outlook, being physically diligent. You know what I mean? That's all we can do. That's all we
That's
can
it,
do.
man. So did you? Are you going to take the vaccine?
Are we gonna get straight into that, sibling?
I
you,
mean, I just had that. It's just
hey, let's
quick
go there. Let's
question.
go there, man. Let's go there, sibling.
Uh,
I ain't having no foreign substance put it in my body. You heard?
hey, okay, that's all I wanted to know, man.
Mm.
I
But
said I took the stance as I'm not. If I was to catch it and felt like I needed it, then I would take it. But
mhm,
I'm not going to just take it, and I haven't had any symptoms or
mm.
anything. I'm not just going to volunteer. No,
This is it. This
you
and
know.
listen. Don't get it twisted, sibling. For some people who aren't as healthy potentially and are in different mental mindsets, I'm not suggesting that anybody doesn't do what they feel is best for themselves. What I would do though is caution
Right, right,
everybody and say, do your due diligence. You know what I mean? Because we've been told a lot of things, siblings, from when we were little all the way up till now. And if we
definitely.
examine a lot of these here things, they're not 100% factual. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
you've got like, let's say you've got 5,000 doctors saying, yeah, man, it took us a year, we spent all of this money and we come up with this new vaccination to get rid of this thing. And then you've got another 5,000 doctors saying, okay, y'all did that, but what you're doing don't make no damn sense. We,
Right.
we don't need this here. You know what I'm saying? So it's, we've all got the opportunity to make a choice, but ultimately, don't allow the little box that people have in their room dictate what should be right in your life. Listen to the
Correct.
information, take it in, and study to show thyself approved. You know what I mean? And if it marries up with what the box is telling you and what the television is telling you, then by all means do it, man. Line up there with your mask on, get them to shove that needle into your arm and all them something there. But bear in mind, if we cast our mind back 3 months ago and they were advocating this hard, maybe not even 3 months, when it first came out, you had the premiere of New Zealand, I think it was, or Australia. You had all these quote unquote politicians and celebrities allegedly taking the vaccination. And then people are zooming in on this thing and they're like, hold up, the cap's still on the needle. How is she getting
Right.
the vaccination? You know what I'm saying? So if this thing was as it was supposed to be, wouldn't they just be raw having a vaccination and just seeing a needle going into their skin and all that?
Definitely. Definitely. Why not? What would there be to hide?
This is
Mm,
the thing. So, what's done in the dark will come to light, as it was said. So we'll see on that, damn man. You know what I mean? But everybody make that informed choice as everybody else should do.
yes, sir.
For shigs, man, for shiggity. So let's jump back. Let's jump back and let's start with you, man. Let's start back with you because this is what this build's all about. Um, what part of Houston did we grow up?
Man, I grew up in the southwest side of Houston, Texas. You know, so that's where all my troubles and trials and tribulations came from.
And what's it
Right there.
what's it like down there? So try and paint a picture. Are we in a is it country down them ways or are you living in a city?
No, I live in a city, like it was more of apartment setting.
Hmm.
Just a bunch of apartment area. Kind of, I would say, I guess you could say middle class like area. You
Okay,
know,
okay. And parent wise, you grew up in a two-parent household?
no, not at all. My grandmother raised me. Both of my grandmothers, rather. My dad's mom and my mom's mom. So, me and my brothers went back and forth. While my parents were lost in the street,
Oh
fighting
man.
their own battles.
Yes, yes. Unfortunate, but unfortunately, it is a a story which is echoed and told by many people, man. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate we don't
Many,
have that
many.
that stable household of having two parents there and stuff. But ultimately, sibling, listen, through all, as you said, the trials and tribulations and the little mishaps and whatever, we're here, 2021.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes you stronger, man. That's all.
For sure, man.
Make you stronger.
Hmm. Hey, so school wise, let's start there. What was you messing around in school? What were some of your favorite subjects at school?
Man, with school, man, I never, I've been kind of like a street boy all my life. My grandmother couldn't really watch us you know, like a parent is supposed to or could.
Hmm.
So, I got attracted to the street life, at about 13. So school never really was big for me or never really on my hit list. I went to school to actually just, mingle, see people, and do a little hustling, selling my little candies or whatever it is I
Mm,
had, going on. I wasn't really never focused on school at
okay.
all.
What about sport wise? Because everyone I've been speaking to are ballers and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
track
Well,
athletes.
I played football when I was in school. I did play football, and we all, try to. We got most brothers gonna try their hand in some type of sports in school, But the street life had hit me so fast that I couldn't even focus on it. The school was just it was too far down the road for me to even see. I had the blinders on
Yes.
early.
Hey,
I
so all right.
got the blinders.
So is that
Hey
is
man.
is that is that based upon what you're seeing and you're seeing the boys rolling up there in fresh rides and the clothes, cars, money and women and all them thing there?
That's what it was, man. It's like, back in when I was growing up, you could send your kid to the store with a note for cigarettes and stuff like that. So it started just that easy, sending me to the store where they were hanging out and doing all these type of things, and it just made you want it.
Mm,
You know, how
mm.
how can somebody just be here all day, with all this money and jewelry and nice car and woman, and then just chilling, man. I want that life, you
Yes,
know?
yes. I totally understand and understand what you're talking about. The influences that you know what I mean, that the role models of sorts were there, right? You could touch,
Man,
taste, you know what I mean? You could talk to them, you know what I mean? You're walking past them and all that there.
man, all that. But not knowing that it was all a part of the big scheme of things, you
Hmm.
know? So
The prison to pipeline process, which they've
that's
perfected over there in the wilderness of North America, sibling.
man. If every day I say, if I only knew then what I know now, man.
Yes. Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah, things would be different, man. Things would be different. But it's listen, the Most High puts us in these positions and predicaments for a reason to fortify self. You know what I mean? To fortify self, to create a self. You know what I mean? With morals, with dignity, with an inner standing, with an overstanding, with an understanding of what good is, what bad is, what street life is. You know what I mean? Gives you that full awareness. Without those capabilities, sibling, you could be in most definitely a different situation, but in regards to your growth as a person, you wouldn't have grown as much going through the situations that you've potentially gone through.
Correct, correct. You live and you learn through those situations, and I can honestly and definitely say it made me a stronger and a sharper person for sure.
Hmm.
You know.
So you use messing around without getting into too much detail. We don't want to we want to protect the innocence. So what was it?
Mm-hmm.
Was you messing around with the weed and all that there? Them times you was coming off slanging weed.
Yeah, just just the same thing everybody else was doing, man. It's like, you get, like I say, it's kind of hard, man. If you walk outside your door and everybody playing basketball,
Mm,
and you know what I mean, like, they having fun. At least it look like they having fun.
yeah.
But you don't know the goal stolen and the ball is stolen, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's kind of a hard decision to put in front of somebody to have to make. And yeah, some people end up making the right decision. Like, nah, I don't want to do that, or
Hmm.
no, you know.
Hmm.
But it's kind of, I believe 7 out of 10 at least is gonna say, oh, I want to go. Let's see what they doing. I want to do
Yeah.
what they doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
You're right.
So
You're right. It's because I mean, let's play righteous advocate and let's try and paint a utopian picture. If you was going to the store, for instance, to get cigarettes with the note, and the store owner was someone who looked like you, and the dry cleaners was owned and operated by someone who looks like you know what I mean? And you go to the gas station and it's the same thing. And you everywhere around your neighborhood, you're just seeing
mm,
people who look like you operating businesses, doing good for themselves. Potentially now, you could say, well, I can see a different route here for me,
I
man.
could see. Definitely, man. You see other ways to get the money is in your face.
Hmm.
So now the drug dealer don't stick out to you as much.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, man. That's man. You hitting on all cylinders right there, bro.
This life, sibling, this is the life. This is the life, unfortunately, and fortunately, that we are exposed to, and sometimes we have to live and endure before we see the quote unquote light, and we see that, oh, okay, oh, that's what was going on. Okay, now I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna do a boy stuff. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do
Definitely.
grown man style, Cuddy.
That's it, and that's the way it go. And I try to, be an influencer, anywhere and anywhere I can to, any of my friends, and and let them know, man. You can't just keep, you can't keep doing the same thing, man. You grown, like you a grown man now. Like it's
Hmm.
time to, you got to switch it up. It
Gotta
was cool while it lasted.
yes, elevate growth and development. You know what I mean?
Got to.
When we're born, we rely on our mothers for milk to change our nappies and all that thing, yeah.
Yep.
And as we grow, crawl into a toddler, it's all through stages, in it. But a lot of our brothers and some of our sisters are stuck. They've got arrested development. They think that they're 18 when they're 35. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. I just it's just too many other ways to make money out here. It's just too many other ways to make money. It's too many other ways. People making money out their phone, all type of ways. It's all type of ways.
Hmm.
That excuse is non-legitimate anymore.
It is, especially in this technological age as well, where as you say, you can do all kind of stuff, man. You can do all kind of stuff. You can do stupid stuff and go viral and get hits off damn boob tube or whatever. You know what I mean?
Anything you could really just, like you say, you can take some you didn't really even put no major thought process into, and end up going viral, and then there you go.
Mm.
You got a channel that people want to advertise their stuff on.
Yes, you
So
see it there. This
it's crazy, man.
options, man, options, and we need to, as the ones, the responsible adults and young males and young females, we need to be making it trendy and making it popular to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Correct.
hang
Correct.
around doing all that wild stuff. You know what I mean? Taking other people's life and all that stuff. What for, man? We're here to
Man,
procreate. You know what I mean? To have fun, to have experiences, to be as successful as we can. And people are just like, I don't know, man. They're stuck.
Yeah, they stuck in the matrix
Yes,
with
in
no clue on how to get out.
mm, none.
Turn-
They're following the lady in red.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, sibling. So, music-wise, 13. What are we jamming? What's jamming in the CD player or the tape deck?
Uh, back then, I was we was screw heavy out here. Like it's been screw, and Rap a Lot had like a big influence on the culture and the city here too. With Scarface and the Ghetto Boys and things like that. But that's more of what I was on. Scarfaces and your Tupacs and
Too
Digital
much,
Underground
too
and
much
stuff like
trouble.
yeah, all that. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
so from your town, so did anybody make it onto the label of Rap a Lot?
Well, it's a lot of people. Uh, Rap Lot had a lot of people. Zero at one point. They had Trey at one point.
Oh,
They
of course.
Scarface, all them. Yeah. So nobody. I think
Mm,
Scarface is the biggest.
yeah.
You know, that came
Mm.
from up under that umbrella.
Shiggity, a legend right there, man. A lyrical master, and as you say,
Definitely.
Tupac Rise in Paradise. Yes, the best to ever touch the damn mid-ike.
Yeah, that's the GOAT, man. I don't care what nobody say. That's the GOAT, and it just is what it is.
Mm,
Nobody has had a bigger influence on people since him.
yeah,
Nobody.
nobody.
It's like just like saying with Michael Jordan, ain't nobody had as big as a influence on the court as Michael Jordan. You can
Mm,
say points, games, you can do all that,
yeah,
but ain't nobody had a bigger influence than Mike. Now
it,
Kobe came damn close.
you came close. Yep.
I'm talking about Kobe was, hey man, hey man, they need to check that boy DNA. I'm trying to tell you.
For Shiggity. And if we're talking about greats and look at the eras we're talking about exactly where you're placed, the golden era. When we go to pop, Michael Jackson, MJ, Rising Paradise. Nobody's doing
Man,
it like these people them these days, man.
nobody, nobody. Them the goats, man. Them people come through once in a lifetime, and you don't see them people in your lifetime again.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like you don't see those type of special people often.
Yes.
You know,
Factual, man. Factual. And unfortunately, they were stolen way too soon, man.
man, too soon.
Mm.
And we all gotta walk that walk though.
Oh, as you already know, sibling man, the only things that are guaranteed in this year, man, is birth and death. The most important thing is that dash in between. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, for real, for real. That's the
This is
only thing promised to you, man.
mm, for shigs,
Yeah.
man. For shiggity. Hey, so was you messing with any of the Shy-Town at that point? Any
In
Twister
it, you say was I messing with who?
with any Shy-Town artists at this point? Twister or Crucial
Yeah,
Conflicts?
I'm down with them. Man, honestly, I'm kind of like, man, when it comes to this music, I really been like doing this, like, the keyboards and band. I've been doing this really like since I was about 6 or 7. Like, and when I say doing this, I mean just the love for
Mm,
the music. At that time, I didn't know which way I was going. I just know I loved music. You know what I
yes.
mean? And I would even, like my grandmother would get on me because I used to go to sleep with the radio on under my pillow. And we used to say, the old cords you plug up in the wall, and she would say, you gonna catch the house on fire. We'll be in here sleeping. You gonna, be done caught the house on fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was just something about that music. So I said that to say, I I listen to all type of music, man. It just
Mm.
need to be jamming. That's it.
Yes.
It just gotta touch me.
Yep.
That's all. It can
Yep.
be country. It can be, I don't care what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just gotta make me move.
This is the thing. This is the thing. Whether it makes you move physically, whether
Mm,
it moves those emotions, do something. You know what I mean?
something. It just gotta touch you in some type of way.
For sure, for sure. I co-sign that 1000%, sibling. That's
Man,
the whole point of the thing. I mean, like for me, rap is rap, hip hop. That's the creme de la creme that combines all of the arts. You know what I mean? But as you say, we can go down those subgenres, and there's some pop. Well, again, I'm talking the golden era and
right.
back. We can go Motown. You know what I mean? Classic slaps, man. Green, Al Green, and them boy, them Teddy. Huh?
Man,
What we
that's
talking, man?
real classic music. Like it don't matter how many years pass, it's gonna forever
Hmm.
be sounding good.
This is it.
It just it's like that type of music is just just special people can make that. You know,
Timeless.
it
And listen, this is how we can. This is a nice segue because this is what y'all boys done did. Is y'all
man.
made some timeless classic music over there at Straight Profit, sibling?
Man, we did. We were actually in a good space. Everybody, really got along, and we was all really one family at that time. So when you got an environment like that, you can't help but to create. You know what I mean? Good
Mm,
and produce good vibes because the whole vibe is good. Everybody good.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
So,
I
so
mean,
try and paint that picture in regards to you linking up with the man them at Straight Profit. How did that take place? Did you have anything prior to this, and then as I say, run that down.
well, I had I hadn't had any music prior to Straight Profit out. I just knew Youngster, and Youngster knew me from the southwest side of town, and everybody knew that I knew how to rap and do music. Like
Mm,
I just had never got to that point that I was putting stuff out, but people knew that from school, like talent shows and stuff like that I dribbled and dabbled in it. So I ended up coming home from the penitentiary in 2000, and I ran into him, and he like, man, hey man, you might as well come on, just rock with us. I'd rather have you down with us than against us. That was his exact words, and it was just up from there.
right.
It
Okay.
was up from there, and everything just like took off. It was crazy because a couple of months later we were just in and out of town, to sort of come home and to go straight into that. It was kind of like, whoo,
Yeah.
it'll spoil you,
Mm,
So that's why when a train did wreck, it took so long to get back on track because now you spoil you.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
thinking it's supposed to happen a certain way, and it's not. You gotta go get it. You gotta
Mm.
go get it. You gotta go chase it.
I hear that there. So
You know?
did was all y'all on contracts and stuff? Did then say, yo, here's a contract, this is what we're doing? Was it all paperwork thing, or was it all on the
Yeah,
strength?
it was. Nah, it was country. Well, at first it was on the strength, like everybody just knew what was what.
Hmm.
you know. But then once it got to the point to where Dan had signed the deal with Sony, and then we all had to sign paper. Then it all
Mm,
got to a point to where it was contract, you know.
right, right. So talk up a
So
little bit about the some of these pardon self, some of these legendary tracks. I mean, I'm just trying to wrap my data banks. I don't recall a track that wasn't jamming sibling soul. Like, you know what I mean? Everything was just straight fire these times. And I have to say, at this period, the H was just throwing nuclear bombs every other week, or every week really, because you had Rec Shop, you had Straight Prof. Everybody was just at the highest pinnacle of producing and putting out some classical content, man.
That was a heck of an era, man. That was a heck of an era, and I'm glad to be a part of it in any little way. That I was, because I, like you say, it was a lot going on, and it
Mm,
was a lot of jamming artists coming out of Texas.
yes.
It was a lot of Rick Shop, everybody, Big Pokey, everybody,
Poyo.
man. Woo.
Talent, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? It gives me goosebumps at sometimes when I go back and think, you know what I mean? Taking that trip, that 20-minute trip into town, going into Tempest Records, and
Mm.
everyone behind the counter that see me and they know exactly what time it was. They'd reach behind and say, "Yeah, yeah, come." And I'd fight my way through the crowd, and there'd just be a stack of CDs there for me. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
All the No Limit releases will be there, and I'm like, oh yeah, of course, I'll take them. Yeah, of course. Let me see what else we got, man. Yeah. We got Straight Pro. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this. You know what I mean? Like 150 pound a week I'm spending on like 6, 7 CDs and shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy times, sibling. Crazy times.
Man, yeah, those were definitely the days, and it was a lot of us over there hungry, man. That's all it was. They, then created a playing field, and it was a bunch of little hungry people that live that life that can really go in there and talk about it. You know.
Mm, mm. I think, as I was saying to Den, on our build, I was saying, and I think I mentioned this with Wood as well. You, Youngster, and Little James had a very similar style. And when I first heard y'all, I couldn't make out who was who. And it took me a little some. It took me a little some. And then I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I know who this one is. Yeah, yeah, I know who that one is. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
that obviously wasn't done intentionally, but like, how did you try and differentiate yourself? Because you did sound so similar of sorts.
The with if like as you start to follow and as people start to follow and watch as I continue to release more music, they for whatever reason I never stick to the same. I I like the music I'm working on now. I have different songs that but I sound totally different on all of them.
Mm,
I've never stuck to like a certain style or sound for whatever reason, and this is nothing that I've intentionally done. But to me, the music brings out whatever type of feeling that I want to put to that track.
yeah,
So if it make me it may make me want to spit a more deep, raunchier, type of rap.
mm,
you know,
mm,
or it may make me want to try to, melody, a more softer. That's a different sound.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's cool, like you got your babies and all the rest of these people, and you know them. When you hear them, you know they sound, oh, that's the baby,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's how music has been, throughout time, but I think, that's the greatest thing, well, one of the greatest things out of, me calling myself what I do, Kool Aid is different. I got different flavors for
Yeah, yeah,
different music, and
yeah.
it's you're gonna hear a whole album, and it's gonna be me, and you're gonna be like, damn, it's like Eddie Murphy of music. Like he do all his own shit. You know what I mean? So that's just how far my mind is. I don't want to be in the box with it. You
Mm,
know, I just want to be able to go in the studio, and if I want to sing like a country man and it come out sounding good,
yeah.
then I want to be able to put that out. You know,
From what you're saying, it kind of sounds like, of sorts, the mindset of how Ro is in regards to, putting that
right?
rap down. Look, I can't find no one to sing on this year. I'm gonna sing on this year myself, man.
Yeah. Definitely. That the crazy that you say that because me and Zero birthday on the same day. So we are very, I'm pretty sure, similar in thought patterns, and you know what I
Mm,
mean. And I could tell from his music as well. You know, he's not scared to go there. You know,
for shiggity, man, for shiggity. Hey, what was it like making that gripping grain? That gripping grain on that youngster, man.
man, that is that grip and grain is what I've been, known for worldwide, and it's crazy because people like still remember to this day and this years and years back. But it was crazy. I just felt like I had to go in there and give it all I had because I had Youngster on there, I
Yep.
got Flip on there, I got C Note on here. I'm
Yes.
like Flex on here. Hold on, I gotta go. I gotta give it everything I got, man. I gotta give it everything I got, and I think I did that.
Mm.
I think I did that.
As you say, man, you was up there with some legends, man. C-Note, Botany Boys,
Man,
the
yeah, I had
Flipper,
to come with it, man.
and at that time, Flip was hot like fish grease at that time. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, that boy was on fire.
Shiggity,
I'm
man.
talking about fire.
Mm. Can you remember? Actually, here's a question. Was everybody in the studio together when you made that track, or did like Flip and C Note do theirs like separately kind of thing?
No, everybody was in the studio when we did that Grip and Grain. Like Kane did their part, like but
Mm,
we all over there though.
okay, okay. Was I take it was there because this was the drank era. This was that syrup era. Was everyone pulling up and stuff?
Man, that that syrup was. Hey man, hey everybody, all the time, everywhere, 24/7. That's what it was. It was Drink City, man.
And it though,
That ain't
Drank
gonna never
City.
change.
For
Drink
sure.
City,
Something to lean to. Yeah, heard me.
man.
Hey, and another track that you demolished as well on that youngster. Let's get it together.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get it together. Yes, sir. I tried it, man. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna drop the ball. I don't do the ball, and I ain't no big because I think about it because I want to make sure I'm putting something out there that
Mm,
the people gonna feel like, man, I can feel it when he's saying it.
yes.
Like I feel like he right there, like right
Mm,
there.
for sure. And was
Yeah,
it
so
Solo D produced that track, right?
mm-hmm.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man. Like the producing, the level of production at that point. Platinum, Platinum Sound. So is it Platinum Sounds or Platinum Souls? Solo D.
Man, hey, it's like it was just a, I don't know, I guess you call it giant gumbo pot, man. Everybody was putting their little, bits and pieces, and it just came out to, perfection.
Hmm.
It was it was a good time, man. Like you said, that was the golden era, though, man. That was a golden era, and there's a lot of people from that era that's, bless their soul, not here with us. You know,
Yeah, Rising
and
Paradise from Matt Grace, man.
man, my boy, my Grace for sure. You know, Hog, all them boys,
Yeah,
man.
man. Hulk.
Screw,
Mm.
everybody.
Chad.
Yeah, so,
Mafioso.
man, Mafio, everybody.
BG Gator.
Let's go on and
I
on.
know, I know. It's hella sad, man. Gone way too quick. But listen, the Most High had a plan for them, man. And their plan was, they did what was,
Yeah.
I mean, they fulfilled the plan. Us here, and still here in this three-dimensional realm, missed them, I mean, but they ain't gone nowhere, man. Energy don't die. That's the.
They, hey, they gonna forever be here for sure.
Mm,
Yeah, definitely. Lives on. Lives on, man.
for sure.
I need to get on that UK scene out there, man, with that music. I know they listening to that screw and stuff out there.
You already know the
Big
thing.
time.
Yeah, man. They listen, not even just the UK, Europe appreciates especially underground music, you know what I mean? Quality underground music. We don't really check for, well, I'll speak for myself. I don't check for no popular stuff. If it's popular, I don't want to
Right.
know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when before Cash Money, it was like hella popular. We had all that there, man. We had all the big timers. We had the
Man.
Hot Boys. We had True Stories, BG and Lil Wayne. Yeah, we had the BG Volume One. It's all a new Volume One, Volume Two, and then they did the deal with Universal, and what I mean, re-released that Juvenile. 400
Man,
Degrees.
we did like I think we did like 5 or 6 shows with them, like in that circuit down there by Louisiana.
Hmm.
Like they had that the people had set up, and right, when they were just about to, you know, do their thing. And it
Mm.
was it was well, let me say why they were doing their thing.
Yes.
It's it's just crazy to be so close to it. And them boys had, hey man, whoa, ain't nobody done it like them. Ain't nobody done it like them. Them boy, when you say hot,
Mm.
hot is not a word.
Yep.
Not a word. And then
Mm.
I don't even think they were really doing, heavy with the gang stuff. Cause I remember they used to have a lot of Muslims, following, like on their,
Uh,
security details and stuff.
oh, what, like the Fruit of Islam? FOI.
Hmm. Like
Oh,
when this was like when they first early got started. I mean, took off.
yeah, yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. I didn't even know that y'all cross press cash money cross press.
Man,
Free BG
did
as well.
about
We can't forget BG Baby Gangster,
man.
aka B Jizzle, man. Trust me, that brother's coming home
Yes,
soon.
sir. He coming home soon.
Free
Yes,
Mac,
sir.
he's coming soon. He's coming. He's
Yes, sir.
coming. 100%. Free C Murder, Corey Miller.
Ah,
You know what I mean? We need these
yes,
people
sir.
out here, man. C didn't do that there. Mac didn't do that there. How much time they in prison for, man? This is stupid stuff.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. You know that boy. I see that Southport Michigan. I think he's about to come home too, man.
Oh
I'm
yes.
I'm 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 waiting to see what is what he
Mm.
gonna have up his sleeve.
You know he's gonna have nothing but dope, man. Dope sells itself. You already know the thing, sibling. Yeah, man.
And
Free.
dope is not the word.
Mm. This
Dope
again,
is not the word.
classic shit, man. Power Moves, that double album, that double CD that he did with the whole heap of
Yeah.
SBC on that there, SUC. Time is Money, classic. Huh? Come on, man. Third
Be
Wish.
Can't be messed with at all.
Come on, sibling. I'm in this here, man.
You deep in it too, man. You deep.
Deep,
You is
deep.
deep.
Because we have to,
There's
as I
nothing
say,
wrong with
man.
that.
Create it, build it, and they will come. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You're creating and building that fire. You know what I mean? Those stories and creating that legacy and shit. We had no choice. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's 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 just crazy, man. It's like that's what I struggle with lately, man. It's like so many people. It's like everywhere you go now, man. Everybody want to be a rapper.
Mm,
Everybody thinking rap is waiting. Oh, rap. Everybody want to be big rappers, right? You know, and it's not too many people. I feel like it's just like, hey, man, this ain't about no money. Whether we was getting paid to do it or not, I would be doing this. Period.
hmm
In some type of form, fashion, or way. It's more people wanting to do it because they think they're gonna make a lot of money and be famous.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
it kind of puts the black eye in the game, man.
Mm,
Put a black eye in the game.
definite, man. Definite. It's their aspirations and goals are lofty, and there's nothing wrong with having lofty goals and aspirations and all that. But we got to be realistic, and also as people, we've got to have integrity. You know what I mean? All this new shit. These brothers and sisters are talented, man. They've definitely got some talent. I don't listen to this. I don't listen to it still, but I can, from what I've heard, a lot of them have some talent, but they ain't using it right, man. They
Mm-hmm.
ain't using it right. They ain't really crafting skillful, metaphors and similes, and it's just it's base level stuff, man. you know, they ain't painting those
Correct.
vivid pictures. You know what I'm talking about?
Correct. It's just a bunch of words jumbled up
Yeah.
that sometimes sound good. You know, so back in our days, they would take you for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Warren G and
Mm,
Scarface, Snoop Dogg. They used to paint pictures for you, you know, and
shiggity,
you could
man.
just picture yourself. But now it's more of a bopping beat and
Yeah.
just a bunch of quick rhythmy words.
like give him like 6 bars and then a hook, 6 bars and then a hook.
Man, and then they hit you with a double line. They say one line two, 3 times. I said,
Mm.
you know. So
It's a wonderful and interesting time we're in, man. As I said, the Gregorian year 2021. Yeah, I'm very optimistic. And listen, Mans have been dropping some slaps from 20. And Pacino, he dropped that Quarantine too. And I'm telling you, sibling, that's a straight roller. You
mm,
press play and you do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a definite recommendation for the siblings and listeners. Get that Ampachino Quarantine 2.
One second. One second.
You'll be it feeds you, and this is what I'm talking about. It feeds you. There's some street stuff in there, most definitely. There's stuff to make you think in there. You know what I mean? The stuff, it takes you so many different places, and that's what albums are supposed to do. They're supposed to feed you, they're
Correct.
supposed to nourish you, they're supposed to make you think raw, you know. Am I really supposed to be doing this thing, or should I, like, is there a shelf life on what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Correct. It should be taking you there.
Yes,
Just take you
1000.
on down through there, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, sibling, did you appear? I can't remember. Did you appear on the Zero versus the World? Did you feature on that?
No, I didn't feature on that.
Okay. So we've been in the past for quite some time, man. Let's talk about, as I say, Gregorian year 2021. You've alluded to, you're putting in some work musically wise. Like, what's the deal? What's the deal, sibling? What can we look forward to?
Man, oh man, I'm just gonna try to bring this, this character to life per se, man. This Kool Aid guy, man. I'm
Hmm.
just, I really, my goals is to actually become, the spokesman, for Kool Aid as, the live person that can go out with the one that they use for the commercials, and, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Thing like that. I don't think it should be too much of a far fetched idea the way people are tying everything up into music. Anyway, you
Yes.
know, all the jingles, and commercials, and everything is all about rap. So,
You already know the thing, sibling. You can be watching anything, and all of a sudden you got this gangster beat comes on or something. You're like, what?
man, anything. So that's really where my mind is with it, honestly.
Okay. So big picture thinking. We ain't just talking about the standard rap thing. We're looking at, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Feature. Yeah, man. I like it. I like it.
that's fine, but ultimately, I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, sitting at the table and having that conversation about, hey man, we don't do no, you just gonna come over here and be the spokesman. Period.
Mm,
Come over here and do jingles and, be the actual, live in effect
yeah.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then far as music wise now it's just an eye catcher. It's something to know if if you come to a concert where the music is shitty, you can't hear anything.
Mm.
They got 15 people on stage. You don't know who's rapping, who's who, and who's what.
Yeah.
But if you don't remember anything else, if you seen me there rapping with my Kool Aid gear on, you gonna know one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was some guy there rapping named Kool Aid. His
Yep.
name had to been Kool Aid because he had the shit on his shirt.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like with me, it's marketing too. It's I got that from P Diddy, man. It's just like this is entertainment. It's not just rap. You
Yeah.
gotta entertain the people.
Yeah. Very good point. Very good point. Pardon self. And if you can take that holistic view and that 360 view, and as an independent, put it into practice, you will reap so much. You should, in essence, reap a lot of benefits from that there on a local level and on a national and world, international level as well. Not necessarily relying on somebody else to, we'll take 35% and we'll market you to X amount of people. No, 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 no. We
Right.
don't need you, man. We can do our own marketing. Thank you very much for the offer. You know what I mean?
Hey, right now, people ask me like, well, what is, what do I want? I'm not looking for no deal. Like, to me, those days of looking for a deal are kind of, because you can do it yourself, man. You can build your own
Hmm.
fortress. If you nice, you
Mm,
nice. Your
simple.
music gonna speak for itself. If you nice, man. Period.
Yep.
And you can build your own empire, sell your own music from your own website. Like, it's so easy.
Mm. Blank's been a
Really,
pioneer at doing that there, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Straight website and straight out the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
That you direct to the that the consumer, you know what I'm saying? Dope
hand to hand.
records used to get Skrilla drugs.
Shit. That's why they that's why they I believe are so persistent in getting away. I mean, getting away from the dollar itself, you know,
Hmm.
and getting everything onto a electronic note, you know, where there's no currency exchange in hands like that. You got to be,
Yeah.
you know, so they can watch everything.
See, you're delving into the cryptocurrencies and that.
Hmm.
Smart, smart, smart. Many people are doing it. Quite a lot of people have been quite successful navigating it. It's a lot depending on how deep you want to get into it, you know, that there is some, it's not something you just, yeah, I'm gonna put 20K on this or whatever, or you know,
Right.
a thorough hour on that. You know, you got to do some research and kind of figure out, okay, what cryptocurrency am I going to use? Am I going to hold it? Am I looking to trade? You know, I mean, you did this, you know, as I say, with everything, do your due diligence and trustfully, you know, you should see reap the rewards, because at the moment there's some definite gains. There's some definite gains within cryptocurrencies.
Yes. Just like with anything, man, you just gotta dig in and make sure you're getting some correct information from the right people.
Hmm.
Pretty much
That's the key.
doing your part
Hmm.
and applying yourself pretty much.
Facts, facts. Hey, sibling, what can we expect to hear any features from any of these pioneers from the past on any of your up and coming musical endeavors?
I'm pretty sure, you know, most like I'm pretty sure you definitely gonna hear from the Kiki and the, you know, Big Pokey, you know,
Yeah.
those are, you know, just a couple of good friends and just, you know, people I look up to in music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That came, you know, before me. You know, right now I'm kind of mostly like just trying to focus on, you know, letting the people see me and giving them, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
What, you know, me, giving them me, you know.
Yes. Pure unadulterated, you know what I mean? Have a little ski taste here and there, and you know what I mean, lace them with that their
Mm-hmm.
game. Okay. And
Exactly.
are we producing our own music as well, or have we got a producer that we're working with?
You know, I work with I've been working with different, you know, producers. I back when I was younger, I had kind of started, you know, trying to learn that making the music part too. But I'm pretty sure I get back to it eventually once everything come full circle.
Mm,
I don't have no doubt in my mind like this was what I was supposed to be doing.
yes.
You know,
Hmm.
I'm not confused in that direction at all. It's just a point of balancing that in real life, you know, until it get to the point to where that is paying for everything.
Mm, I hear that. I hear that. On the production side, you might want to hit up E-Rock from the Fifth Wall Boys. He's hella
You
cold production wise, man.
gonna go check him out. I
Yeah.
got some nice little. I got some like. Man, I like actually finding producers that don't nobody know. You know what I
Ah,
mean? Like the nobodies, like
yeah, yeah.
the you know what I mean? The
Hmm.
people that's gonna be kings and queens,
Yes.
like you know, that's on their way. Like yeah, ain't there yet, but
Mm.
yeah, you know,
The up and comers. I hear that. I hear that. Once we finish the build, I'll definitely throw some of them up and comers your way, man. You know what I mean? See if you can make those
definitely,
connections. Yeah, because as you
definitely.
say, it's if you don't do it, if no one takes a chance, you know what I mean? You know, you've got an untapped talent there not being, you know, utilized to its capability, you know what I mean? And sometimes
Mm.
these chance meetings and relationships form like a excellent partnership in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. It's all about to me. It's all about the connections and relationships and the bridges that you build along the way.
Mm, 1,000, 1,000. Hey, so sibling, as we wind this here build down, is there anything that we haven't touched on that you wanna go into some detail about?
Man, no, I think we
Yeah.
went further than I thought we would go. Kind of like and which was cool. It flowed right out. Everything was smooth and cool. But only thing I can say is just telling the people that I'm definitely coming and man, just to be out on the lookout because I'm definitely gonna be out there with it.
Mm,
Good music, different types of music, pop, rap, all that. You know, like just not just stuck into that gangster. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Kill somebody, bang bang. No,
Mm, some
no,
variety, some
right.
variety in
It's
regards
gonna
to the
be
skills. Yeah.
yeah, it got to be.
Mm. I hear it, man. You know, the growth, man. This is what we was building on earlier. Growth and development, sibling. You know what I mean? If we ain't growing, we're dying, man. You know what I mean?
That's it. And we definitely ain't trying to die till it's our time.
Facts.
You know?
Facts. Mm. I co-sign that there. I co-sign that message, sibling.
I'm just hungry right now, man. I feel like I wasted a lot of time in the street. You know, and I'm hungry,
But sibling,
starving for it right now.
sibling, it's all on you, volume 1 through to 10. You know what I mean? You are the
Yeah.
controller, yeah, I mean, operator of your own destiny right here now, man. You know what I mean? So you got the plan, you got the blueprint and the black print. You know what I mean? So the only
Make
thing
it happen.
only thing that's left for you to do now, sibling, is just to show and prove. You know what I mean? Produce
That's it,
this.
man. That's it. Show and tell, huh?
Yeah, yeah, easy.
And that's what I'm about to do, man. I'm about to keep that fire on it,
hmm
coming back to back. That's all. That's all I
That's
can
it.
do.
Yeah, man. That's it, man. Put it in their face, man. Put it in their
Dropping that
face.
flavor in their ear, man.
hmm
It's flavor in their ear. They ain't gonna be able to. They ain't gonna know what hit them, man.
Shiggity, man, for shiggity. Hey, last two questions. Have you had fun today?
Man, I had a great time with you, bro. A great time. I enjoyed it. Can't wait to be able to do it again, man.
For shiggity, man, for shiggity. We're gonna do this here, man. We're gonna do this when we do the update builds, and you know what I mean. We're filling in on all the the works that we've been doing. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an excellent
Yeah,
one.
it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna
Indeed,
be good.
for shiggity, for shiggity. Hey, I whether this is going to be whether this will happen or not, I say to all I've been saying to all of the pioneers and legends, whether it's a compilation or something, we need to hear y'all again on something, man. We need the youngster, we need little flex, we need everybody who is still with us to start mixing it
Tap
up a little
in,
something, man. Yeah,
and
man.
just tap in one time,
This is it, man. A little surprise thing. Like, here you go. Here's a 10-track little EP with everybody on there, going off.
Hey man, I'm always open to it, man. I'm an open-minded person. I ain't got no bad blood. Ain't no bad blood out there. We just, grew apart.
Mm,
Time. People separate and go their ways, but ain't no bad blood out there.
yeah, man. Familiar, man. Familiar. That's what it's about,
Yeah,
man. Last one for you. Last one for you, Kool Aid. We know your name. We've gone into detail, you know what I mean? Tell us who you are, but don't tell us your name.
man. I am. I am Kool Aid, the rapper, the musician, the artist, the down to earth, you know, easy going, life of the party, type of guy. Like, you know, very approachable, you know, first to the studio and the last to leave type of guy.
Mm, hard work. Hard work.
Hard work.
This is what it's all about, mate. Hey, how can everybody get hold of you if they're not already linked up with you for all your social medias and all that there?
Yes, sir. Just Kool Aid underscore the underscore rapper on all social media, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Instagram, all that.
I will make sure I have links below in the description. As I say, if you're not already linked up with the sibling, uh, tap in on the old Instagram or the Twitter or whatever. And if you ain't, and if you're new to this Texas series and you're thinking, who's this cool ass brother here, Kool Aid, chopping up with Noble? Who's this man? Jump onto the Spotify, jump onto to the IG and check the back catalog. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be, you know what I mean? You'll be jamming, man. You'll be doing nothing but jamming.
Yes, sir. Man,
Like
y'all check me out.
for shiggity, do that there, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a sister to tell a brethren to lock into this here broadcast, man.